time.
Okay, so I think everybody's affected by the jamming signal. So I mean, if you try to call, like, Torbjorn comes by and he says, "Oh, hey guys, we have to jam the signals so to prevent an outside hacker from taking control of the vehicles. So you're not gonna have comms for a while, at least till this operation's over. We disable the other hacker. All right, cool, bye." So, and he's back in the van, and he's like cross-legged, and it's like, so what's the plan? I mean, how are we gonna do this?
Good question.
We're open to suggestions, like everybody. Just no way he can't because there's no comms. Comms are out.
We could kill the hacker. I mean, that'll eliminate them.
It's like, yeah, but that means dropping the jam signal in order for us to connect to the grid. Unless you have
could disable the autopilots or the droning on the vehicles.
It's
Stop
like,
them from being taken control of.
It's like, all right, I'm on it, and then he starts going to all the vehicles.
Take them offline. She can't control it.
Okay, so he's saying, like, take them off the grid, turn off all sort of autopiloting or any sort of connection to the net that you have.
I would, like, take out the electronics too, like the power switch. Just rip it out. Because this motherfucker be cray.
Switch?
Or something. Just make sure there's no power going to that thing.
Yeah,
because this motherfucker cray.
I don't know if he'd go that far. I mean, the most you say is turn wireless off, put it in hidden mode, make it harder for them to see, and turn the vehicle off.
We'd eventually have to drive.
Yeah, you'd eventually, unless you want to walk a long-ass way, because it'll take you double the time, and this is another 20-minute drive up the road. So this would take you 40 minutes if you had to walk it, almost an hour of walking.
So yeah, we'll just disable anything Matrix-based on it.
Yeah, so anything Matrix-based, like he's just shutting off all the networks and making sure that there's no way that it'd be connected. It's like, all right, we're as prepared as we're gonna be. Like, and he's flipping switches inside of the Roadmaster. It's like, I still don't understand half the tech in this thing. Just, this is the first time I've been inside one of these.
It's all the same.
It's like, I mean, check this out. And he's like, he touches a button and you see there's a camera. The gun is camera operated. It's like, did you know the fools didn't even know about this? Like, he didn't even have to go up there. I mean, he could have just, like, watch this. And he's like, he spins it around in a circle. And he's doing it from his laptop. It's like, you could just have this thing drone operated. And he insisted on using it as a manual fire.
Well, I mean, the other Decker did say that they weren't very intelligent.
It's like, right, at least we agree. They may be our enemy, but at least she agrees on that.
Well, let's just disable it for now. We don't want her taking control.
So he plugs into your device. It's like, all right, let's do this. I don't want to be in the dark for the rest of my life.
Okay, so I'll disable the jamming, so everybody has their shit back.
Okay, so...
Hooray for comms.
The comms come back on, and Torbjorn's quick to say, all right, we're going in. If anything bad happens, like, come check on us in like 5 minutes or so.
Guess I'll run back.
And then it's like, maybe 2 minutes. You know what? In fact, just have a third person sit in the van, all right? So, who's going to be the lucky volunteer, the third person to watch over the two hackers as they enter the grid yet again, second time?
You see Mara putting her finger on her nose?
Okay. And Coates is like, he just offers a hand. It's like, well, off you go. Then he's looking at you as you're not going anywhere. It's like, are you gonna go or?
No.
It's like, oh, so why'd you put your finger on your nose?
That means
not me.
That means not me. Yeah.
Okay. It's like, and he kind of just shrugs. It's like, so who is gonna go there? Is anybody gonna be in the same van?
Cricket.
So it doesn't seem like anybody's willing to volunteer. Let's see, what about Kree? Even Kree's like, nope, not getting near that. So
there you go.
Coates is not okay. So So Sam is so Coach like gets you on your feet. It's like, and he's like shoving you out the door. It's like, all right, get it going. So Sam, do you want me to move you to the vehicle, or are you gonna move yourself? Okay, so Sam enters the van, and he's gonna be your watcher as you guys dive in. It's like, so I guess now's your time to connect.
I am.
So you're connected. So you're connected now.
Yes, indeed.
So I mean, you immediately as soon as you jump in, you hear the laughter. I see you brought a friend this time.
Yeah, well, now it seems a
Did
little
you
more
really
fair.
think I didn't see him before?
No, he's going to be useful this time, hopefully. Peers at him.
Yeah, so it's like, all right, I get that I did something bad earlier.
Fucking A.
It's like, so I take it you're back to play the game. Simple rules still. All you have to do is get past me.
Goddamn. As in, just get past you. That's it.
It's like, no threats,
Nothing else.
just that.
Okay, then.
So
Get past
get past. So you're immediately trying to jump the grid, which let's see, Torbjorn is going to help you with that. So you have a total of 6. So how does she stop you from hopping the grid?
I don't think she can. There's no defense against it.
Okay, so
It's just a hop.
I mean, you hop grids, and it's like, and you see that, like, you hop the grid, but you see that she's still there.
Fuck, she's persistent.
And then she just kind of, like, she raises her hands up and she does, like, a slow clap. It's like, bravo, bravo, you figured it out.
Oh, that was it? Okay, then.
Okay, so I have to now transfer you over to this new area. Because now you're kind of on the outskirts of it. Okay, so you're now here on this new area, and she points, like, all the 3 of her, like, this one walks over here, and all 3 of them point. It's like, I take it that is where you're trying to go?
Just anywhere, I suppose.
It's like, so you risked playing with me, and you don't know where you're going?
Well, I don't know. You said you wanted to play a game, and I figured, if I don't play this game, you're not going to leave us alone.
So you see, like, immediately her other 2 clones, and she, like, walks toward you. It's like, you're interesting.
Oh?
It's like, you just do things. You don't really have a reason.
Is that bad?
It's like, it is interesting. It is different. And she kind of,
Different
she's
is
floating
good.
backwards. It's like, okay.
Okay.
It's like, you have your fun. You find what you need. I'll find you again. And maybe we'll play more games.
Right.
So, are you going to try to stop her from logging out, or no?
Shit, I can't link lock her, can I? Oh, yeah, I can.
Can you? So, and, like, Torbjorn's like, are you sure you want to do that? It's like, I'm behind your decision, just, she's willing to go away, so.
I just want to slap one on her.
It's like, and so Torbjorn's like, shit, and he's like, he quickly enables his program.
This one is a silent sort of...
Yeah, it's a
Here.
sleaze. Yeah, so add an extra 3 to that, so that's a 9. So she has defense roll, right? What type of defense roll am I going for?
I think there's just a defense roll on
Is
this
it
one.
will, logic, or intuition? There's 3.
Intuition on this one.
Intuition. Boop. So she
Wow.
blocks most of it.
Fuck.
Not all. Like, and she immediately turns around and is like, "Oh, that was naughty. I didn't even invite you to touch."
Well, since we were playing games, I thought I might give you a love tap.
It's like, oh, you play with the Viper. Be careful.
Always.
And
Do a
so,
little wink.
are you going to attempt again? Because she's still trying to get out.
No, I'll just leave her.
Okay, so... And Torbjorn's like,
Better that
God
way.
damn it, that was crazy! Why did you do that?
She likes playing games.
It's like, but what if she decided... okay.
We're
It's like,
still
let's
alive,
just,
meaning
let's
she
just
didn't
get
want to
the
kill us.
information and get out of here.
Sounds good. At least we're still alive.
Okay, so... This place, again... These guys are idiots. Like, you already established that by now. Like, but you see that these guys, apparently, this time the vehicles are operational. I mean, there's a wasp in the air. It's clearly already armed and flying. It's doing a patrol routine. You have 2 armored cars on the ground, both of which are active and rolling. Like, you know, they must have been tipped off that you were already ahead. I mean, likely your hacker friend already tipped them off saying, yeah, there's enemies approaching. So they're on a patrol routine already.
That wasp, I'm obviously sure it's connected to the Matrix, right?
You can see them all, so they're all connected to the Matrix
Excellent.
right now. So that's the only 3 vehicles you see that are active, like that are actually seen just by not doing anything.
Oh, missed. Click that. It's supposed to be a -4, so let me roll that one.
Try again.
Alright, so I'm going to mark the wasp, because I'm sure that thing has a gun-mounted camera.
Okay, so...
And actually, if Torbjorn actually marks it again, helping me, we might be able to
he's going to hack on the
get 3
fly
marks
as
on.
well. So.
Yeah.
Well, he can only boost, like... So you're saying that he's not going to help you just hack it again as a secondary? So he's like an agent?
Yeah, it just sort of helped me out.
So he's going to hack on the fly also, barely.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, he is slave to your system, so his power's not as good. Yeah, this is the next spot that did. This is the next spot, because apparently you were given a grid map of the next location.
Well, I'm trying to get visual confirmation.
Yeah,
that
so
they're
now
here.
you're getting visual. So now you're in the hell. You're basically hacked into his gun cam, right?
Yeah. I actually got to control it, or no, I can just edit the file or look at the stream.
Okay, so you're looking at the stream. You're seeing it's on a patrol route. It's flying over. It's somewhat. This place is less forested than the other place. There's less forest cover to approach from. The area you're currently in. Like, hold on, let's see. The area you're currently standing on does not have any sort of forest cover, so I guess the main approach is supposed to be wide in the open.
That's
So they
very
can see
strategic of them.
exactly, yeah. Because, I mean, they're learning. They see that, yeah, they don't want to be ambushed from the trees. So most of the trees in that area have been cut down. This area looks like it's been clear cut.
Shit.
So, I mean, the vehicles are moving. You see that there are people in the vehicles. They're still using the Ares like a standard issue, just armored car. They're not really using it like an advanced military vehicle like it's supposed to be used as. So the helicopter's going a circular pattern. There's a couple of buildings. You do see that there are people held down there, but you're not sure if it's the people you need.
Do they look like You know, they're the captives.
Do a matrix perception, because you have to remember it's through the camera lens. Or is that regular perception? Is that regular or is that matrix?
I think it'd be regular because I'm looking
Alright,
through the camera.
Use your
so
regular.
I'd have to,
Can you identify that these are the people you're probably after? I mean, Torbjorn's not even jacked in. He can see through the monitor, so he can aid you in that perception.
yeah, it's in social skills, right?
Yep. It's physical skills. Perception? It's physical skills. You use your eyes to be perceptive, do you not?
Ah, yes. Yes, you do. Wow. Didn't think of that.
Yep. Okay, so Torbjorn's going to give you a boost onto your perception.
Oh, I didn't roll.
So, I mean, the higher you roll, the more details you get, so...
Yeah,
two. Okay, so... You do notice that they look like civilians, so there's a high chance that those are the people you're after. They just seem to be kneeling in the courtyard, but as you're watching, you see that 3 of them are lined up, and then they just get bullets through their heads.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Yeah, so that's 3 less you have.
I'll notify the people of this. Yeah,
It's like, but again, you haven't identified. Are these the civilians you're after, or are these just civilians in this area? You haven't identified that.
I'll tell them that it could be them, but it's not 100% sure.
So, just saw people get executed. It's some sort of main compound. It looks more like a villa than it does a villa than it does a compound. I mean, there's military buildings around the area, but most of there's the main building, which is apparently looks more like a mansion.
Keeping prisoners in a mansion, damn.
Okay, so you don't know if the prisoners are being held in there. It just looks like... but you notice that there is some guy standing on the top deck. And this guy is massive. I mean... He's got... Like, he's clearly expecting a fight. It looks like they're gearing up on the... Even on the villa, they're gearing up. Like, there's men already on watch outside. And then there's this really big guy. He looks like he's in a full suit of armor. Not like the guys you saw before. Not like it's not even like. Do you guys remember that one guy really back way when? What the hell was his name? Forget the names of the fallen. That's what we do. He was like ex-military. What the hell did we? What was his name?
Was it Johnny?
No. Remember the second boss we fought?
Frank.
Not Frank.
George?
Started with an H.
Hemingway.
God. You're not helping. Because the first one we took down was... Who was the first one we took down?
Hobbs. Was it Hobbs?
Oh, Hobbs. Yeah, Hobbs was the... Remember, he was...
Holy shit!
He was a guy in customized armor. He's like that guy, except... Oh, wait, or maybe it wasn't. Hold on, let me... Hugo was his name, so...
Yeah.
That was my next guess.
Yeah, so Hugo, it's like Hugo, except he's wearing an actual set of full armor. Like, this guy, apparently, he paid a pretty penny to get this power armor suit, because...
Fucking heck. Yeah, I'll notify them about all this, because this is, like, paramilitary.
And obviously, his guards are equipped the same way. And these guys are not messing around anymore. Like, they have what looks like heavy machine guns. Like, they're all mounted with heavy machine guns. So there's at least 4 of them with that. And they're clearly already prepared. Like, they're waiting for whoever's going to come this way. Expecting an attack.
Well, it's up to the team if they want to go for it. I'm just here to keep the comms and matrix clear.
So, let's see. So, if you had to guess, there's at least, besides the 4 in the villa, there's at least 20 extra foot soldiers on the ground. Not including the vehicles.
Huh. Shit.
And they're spread out among the multiple buildings, so that'll give you a slight advantage, is they're not all concentrated in one area. So, I mean, you got the gun feed, what do you do now?
Well, it's still marked, so I'll just get out of it, jack out of the matrix.
Okay, so you're going to go back to the main base.
Go to meat space, yeah.
Meat space.
Yeah, that's actually what they call it.
Yep. Alright, so back in meat space. And it's like, he's tapping you on the shoulder. It's like, you alright?
Yeah, just dandy.
It's like, well, look on the bright side, we Deckers, like he's pointing at both of you guys. Like, we Deckers, we get to stay in the back. Let the other ones deal with that. We just relay the messages.
I have a plan.
It's like, oh, of course you do, but still, it's like, it's not like we're going to be facing them directly.
No, we won't. Their own vehicles will do that for them.
It's like, alright, we'll have to get in range, though, to make it easier.
Yes, we will.
It's like, So, I mean, what's the plan now? Like, he's giving you the recon report of what they saw. There's at least 20 others, there's at least 24 or 25 soldiers you have to deal with, 4 of which are armed extremely heavily with military-grade hardware. It's like, and obviously Lone Star and other organizations are very interested. How do they get a hold of military-grade hardware? So whoever these guys are, they're very, very well funded. Like, funded to the point of, this is not a small movement, this is probably a large-scale movement. Someone with deep pockets is funding this endeavor.
I blame Renraku.
I mean, you could, but you don't know if that's them or not.
It's always them.
So what's the plan? What do you guys plan to do?
They're the assault guys. I'm gonna just support based on what they're doing.
Let's see. We need to have a second in command, because Dust is normally the first in command, but Dust is not here right now. So let's see.
Didn't we agree that FaZe was gonna try to figure out where they were going next after this stop?
A good point. You just do a memory. Do you actually remember that part of the plan? Mr. FaZe.
Probably.
Yeah, just roll memory. Let's see. Do you actually remember that part of the plan? Yeah, you do. So, I mean, now let's see. You're ripping data out of their matrix, and you're hoping that something's connected to it. Do a perception. Let's see if you actually saw any other... Did you see any, like, from the gun cam, did you see any networks that you could have jacked into and stolen information from? And then the last thing is hack on the fly. Just like, did you steal any information before you got out? So, roll a perception. So, from the gun cam, you did notice that the main household, it has some sort of security network on it. So you jumped from that camera... Like, you quickly jumped into that camera. Now you have to roll a hack on the fly. Did you actually break into that network? And get some information? Or did you... Oh yeah, Child's Play. So Child's Play, I mean, their security network without a Decker behind it is very rudimentary. So you broke into it, you stole whatever information you could, and now you have this huge lump of data. Did you do anything else while you were there, though? Like, you ripped as much data as you could, but did you cause any sort of malicious harm? Did you...
There's so much I could do.
Yeah, there is, but you only had a limited window, so you can only do maybe one thing else.
Next location.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's got this lump of data, and he doesn't know... He has to start deciphering it.
Oh my god, I suppose their comm network is attached to that?
Like, yeah, it's part of the security network. At least within the manor.
Well, I'll just set all their comms on a constant reset.
Okay, so... that would be...
be
edit, right? You have to use edit. Use your editing powers. Edit file, and yeah, you got it.
Yeah!
You have to get an exact 2 to get that, so... Say what? Yeah, if you had got 1 point less, you would have lost.
No, but if they're all connected to 1 point, I could use a spoof command, which makes them think that I'm the administrator.
Roll a spoof.
And then just keep resetting. Din-a-din-a-din.
So there's a cyber war happening in a small amount of time.
There you go.
You're just lucky you got on the good side of that hacker so that she's not trying to stop you.
I know, isn't it great?
Yeah. Okay, so you got spoof. What was that supposed to do?
Just, keep resetting it. Keep turning it off, and then every time they turn it on, it turns off again.
Okay, so the network, that's going to get them alerted. Like, their network's going to be down, but they're still going to know that, okay, somebody's interfering with the comms. Well, where's our hacker support? And there's supposed to be a decker who's, like, supposed to be preventing this from happening?
Yeah, maybe.
And you see that, from your gun cam, you see that the compound has been alerted. Like, people are starting to get on defensive positions. They're getting ready to see what's coming down the road. They're checking all their perimeters.
Oh, good. Then
So
I get definitive positions.
they're on
again.
guard, but the coordination is very ill. Like,
At least we know exactly where they're gonna be.
mhm.
Makes it easier to get, shot
Or
in
at
the face
least
from
from
Raven.
like 20 minutes ago, because remember it's a 20-minute drive there still.
Yeah, I'll just hack back into the camera. Actually, I have control of it whenever I want.
Yeah, so once you get in the area, you have admin privileges, so you can just use their network. You can use their network. That's if they don't learn that. If
Yeah,
anything,
they'd have to find it.
They'll either reset the network or shut off the network.
True.
Of course,
How far-
who's supposed to be doing that and who's not there to do that.
I have to send her a thank you card.
Yeah. Well, what are you thanking her for? She basically just skidded on them because she got bored.
Yeah, thank you for being,
Thank you for being you.
good to us. Yeah.
Alright, so what's the plan now? It seems like they're in somewhat disarray now. And you gotta get moving now before. So what do you plan to take? You could leave the main van here and bring the armored car. Because, the main van is kind of weighed down by, like, half its inventory full of machine parts.
Cough, cough, Mara.
Why are we attacking this compound, though?
Because this is where we need to go to get the rest of the civilians. We're getting paid to do this.
Yeah, but we also knew from the last thing we got before this all happening that they would be moved soon.
Yeah, and we have, like within the hour. So it'll take, depending on how fast we drive, which is probably we're going to be driving a lot faster than normal. I don't know.
Which means if we just skip this place and go to the next place immediately...
That is the idea. Wait, so you're saying go down the road further?
Go further than this place.
Okay,
Skip this place.
So that's Raven's opinion is that, why are we going to this place? Why don't we go to the next one?
Does give us time to set up.
Plus,
You're
if anything, and plus, I guess, Phase, you could choose now or later to decode that huge wad of data.
Oh shit, I might as well. The more
Okay,
information
so-
we have, the better.
And we'll see what type of gold mine you actually pull up. So you just took a mass of data from their security network and slapped it onto your device. It fills up most of your device now. So you have to get through it.
God damn.
It was a lot of information.
Most of it's probably porn.
I don't know,
Sick
we'll see.
bastards.
You gotta use, what is it? You use your data processing.
Oh, in that case,
Or if
I
you
gotta
have a
swap few
specific
things out.
skill that uses data processing.
The only one I have is change icon, but I could
No, that doesn't
probably use edit file.
That wouldn't work either because it's a mass of files. It's not a single file. So you're going to have to just do data processing.
Okay, well I gotta swap some things out, use that free action for that.
Okay, so you're swapping out your programs, and and Torbjorn's just sitting there. He's still connected to your device, by the way. So it's like, so what'd you find? I know what you found, but I want to hear it from you. What'd you find?
Nothing yet.
It's like, well, don't expect me just to sit here. I'm gonna help you decrypt that, and plus there might be some cool things I might want to, steal. It's like, if that's
Sure,
okay
you
with
could have
you.
a look after. You could have a look after.
It's like, alright. So, like, he unplugs this device. It's like, fine, don't trust your hacker friend.
I got you, don't worry.
Damn. So, I guess you're used to handling masses of data?
Seems like it.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's, half of it, you do realize, is extra data. I mean, it's everything from pornography to video games to pictures of things. It's like, a lot of it's just... It doesn't seem like they have very good internet security. Some of it's and you notice there are some viruses among them.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so whoever was maintaining this was really not computer savvy. But the other half is useful information. Like, there is literally an audit of how many people go in and out of that facility. And recently they had an influx of 20 people, which is like, there's a high chance those are the people you're after. Let's see, of course, according to the data audit, they'll be moved within half an hour. So, I mean, this is one of those... You might intercept them, you might not. And now that you've alerted them, they might move faster. Like, they might be willing to get rid of all the facility, like, before you even arrive. That would be just paranoia, though. But, of course, they're hampered, because their comms are acting up.
Could send like fake orders if anyone knows how to, impersonate.
That would be Dust.
But I gotta get the commander on the line first, and
tap into their comms likely when you get within range. So
yeah, that's it.
You're going to be pushing, if you were to push the vehicle to its limits, which means like beyond safe. You'd be driving down the freeway for one at like 100 miles an hour. So you'd have to dodge traffic, which means you're driving... What is your driving skill, anyway? Who's a good driver? In fact, who's our best driver?
I have 6 plus gearhead.
Okay.
But it might be Mara. I mean, she's better at it.
Mara is a woman. Okay, let's see. Mara has a 6 for her ground craft. Yeah, and the only other driver we have is Coates. What does Coates have? So this is, let's see. So it comes down to the question, how good are you at driving at 100 miles an hour? Or more? Like, putting the pedal to the metal. If you were using the van that we're used to, you could have had Coates assist you with that, because there's 2 sets of controls. So you have a choice now. It's, do you take the one vehicle, it has a gun, it's more armored, but you can only have one driver? Or do you take the regular van, which you always do, it's somewhat bulletproof from the inside, it's not as well armored, but it's pretty well armored considering, and you can have 2 drivers.
I could drive one, you could drive the other. I mean, we might as well take both.
Sure.
It's like, are you sure you want to risk all those machine parts? Like, that's Coach's question. It's like, do you sure you want to risk all that salvage?
It'll be fine.
It's like, alright, so I guess Coach is going to drive the main. Coach is going to drive the main van, and you're going to drive the armored car. Are you going to have a gunner?
Whoever could shoot.
Yeah. Who's got the best gunnery? Because you have to use gunnery. Like, who has the second best gunnery, actually?
Probably
gunnery,
Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron. Let's see if Aaron does. Aaron, he should have a gunnery. No, he does not have gunnery. I don't think anybody has gunnery.
Well, it's specifically for shooting off vehicles, so most people don't pick it up.
It's shooting what?
Well, it's shooting from like a vehicle, so most people don't pick it up.
Yeah, so...
I do have gunnery if someone else would rather drive.
Okay, so I mean, that would be... Coach would be driving and you would be gunning. That would probably be a better idea. Or you could do... Phase, you could be gunning, because remember, it is a wireless device.
But I'd also have to have the gunnery skill.
Yeah, you have to have the gunnery skill.
In order to use it, yeah.
Alright, so I guess Coach is the one who's going to be driving. And
Mind
it's
if we
like,
stop at the store? I need a rigging device, like a control panel.
stop at the store, get a rigging device. Code, you don't have time to do that. Like, you have less than... It's like this, the longer you wait, the more chance they're going to get away.
We have plenty of time. I know where they're going.
Trick.
Yeah, and hence that's why,
exactly why
that's why Raven said go to the next compound instead.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's assuming they don't kill half of the civilians before they leave. I mean, or that's assuming they aren't going to kill every civilian before they leave.
We still have time. It'll take me 5 minutes.
Either way, Trick, either way, the civilians will be killed when we arrive. There's nothing we can do about that.
I mean, you don't know that till you get there, but... Yeah, there's a high chance that once they see an armored vehicle, they might start killing civilians. You don't know. I mean, you might catch them in the middle of moving.
Then I could just shoot at them with their own weapon, even though I might suck at it.
Yeah. The problem is the armored car uses explosive ammunition, so that would be kind of dangerous.
Oh, I'll just take their drone.
Oh yeah, but I mean, you don't know its weapon loadout yet, but we'll find out when you get there. Alright, so I mean, is anybody on board with Raven's idea? It's like, let's just skip this one and go to the next one. But remember, the job was to rescue the civilians, so if you just let them get killed...
Yeah, it's like we're already over an hour, so they should be starting to move already.
Yeah, true. Well, you didn't start hacking until the end of the end of the first hour. Like, they didn't hack into their systems and mess with their comms until, like, now. Which
is a good motivation for them to leave.
Yeah, which is... So, I mean, is anybody... Let's see. Let's start with... Aaron's on board with the idea just to skip. What about Dust? Dust is not on board. I mean, she's very much into, let's just take them on one at a time. Let's just go through the whole process. If anything, it'll deny them another base of operations. So it's like, do we really want to leave?
Later.
It's like, yeah, we could, but it's like, do you really want to leave enemies in your wake? If anything, if you do head to the next locations, what's to say the guys from this location are going to reinforce the next one?
Well, on their trip there, they might have a little drone problem.
Still, Dust is like, she's on board for just attacking the man. Sam, what do you think? Like,
well, currently I'm just trying to get sleep.
Okay, so Sam doesn't have an opinion.
Sam don't give a fuck. He just want to sleep.
Okay, so who's playing Dust? Is anybody playing Dust?
Nobody so far.
Okay, so who should boo? Let's see. Raven, you already got 2, I think.
Mara, that's all I know of.
Okay, well, I guess you get to also play Dust then.
Since Mara's here.
Yeah, so Mara's right there. Alright, so Sam doesn't have an opinion. Torbjorn is also not against, like, if there's a chance that you can get the civilians out of there with that, like, now instead of later, then
but that's the thing. We know they were leaving in an hour when we got the info.
Yeah, this is currently the voting process. I mean, they've gone over that, they're aware of that, but it's like, they're still willing to take the chance.
We're just gonna be chasing them till they leave wherever they go.
Yep,
if we actually do that.
I mean, the vote so far is that 2 of you are for it and 2 of you are against it. So, FaZe, what do you think? It's like, do you attack this phone now, or do you head to the next location?
If we get them at the next location, we have time to set up and, pick them off easier.
Alright, so...
we get them on our terms rather than theirs.
So that's another one for Mara. What do you think?
I agree with FaZe and Raven.
Okay, so you are... So, with the vote involved, let's see. They're not too happy about that. Like, it's really Torbjorn and Dust who are not too happy about that. What about Kree? Good question. Kree is also... But she's willing to go with the group. I mean, like, as much as her job is to protect civilians, at the same time, it's like, but at the risk of ourselves, might be too dangerous. So, a couple things will happen. Like, by doing this, that whoever that leader was will likely get away. He's not going to just be in the open. So those 4 heavily armed guys aren't going to be around.
Well, at least not as easily accessible.
Yeah, so they're probably going to dig in further, which means they're not going to be at the next compound. They're going to rely on whatever boss is over there. Alright, so that means you need to sift through that data and find the other compound.
All through this porn and shitty-ass virus.
Yep, and all these
Damn.
games and pirated stuff and just...
Tisk.
I mean, what did you expect? You gave them basically computers. And them technology. And one of the major things you notice, like, there is a pattern to all this. If you've noticed, most of this stuff, like, if you have a map, I actually have a map of Essen. Most of this stuff is on the outskirts. Like, far away from other major cities and civilization. They're not trying to be in the open. Many of them are, like, many of these compounds are out in the middle of nowhere.
Which is good, because that gives me a clear line of sight.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, so it's... problem is that the next location they're taking you to is going to take you into another city. Like,
So?
you will leave Essen and you will head into Wattenscheid.
Height advantage.
Which, it's not height, well, it is height advantage, but I mean, this is going to be in a populated area. I mean, it's basically in a urban sprawl area compared to before.
Can we get between them and where they're going, ambush them on the way there?
Potentially. But that's going to take some pretty interesting timing. Along with, you'll have to know, it's pretty much down to FaZe. Did FaZe get enough data for you to predict where they're going to go next? But we'll get to that in a minute. I have to... First, I have to create the new map, because I did not expect you guys to skip over it.
Well, I did say that last week already.
Yeah, you did, but I forgot. So that's what I get for not predicting the unpredictability of the players. Right, so I'm grabbing the map. Let's see. Oops. I was supposed to crop that. I wasn't supposed to cut that, so I cut out the section I was supposed to be cropping. I keep doing that on it. I don't know why. This is supposed to... What area is this? Okay, this area is West Strasse, also known as West Street, so... Notice everything has Strasse in it. So... West Street 79 is the map designation. And this is inside of the city of the town of Wattenscheid, on the border. So not only are you outside of you're now traveling outside of your jurisdiction. I mean, you're traveling into an area that I don't know how many of you travel like outside of Essen.
A Decker traveling.
Okay, so so you wouldn't be traveling.
The last few years, probably, definitely also not.
Okay, so this is a lot for a lot of you. Your first taste of another city.
No, that's not true.
No?
But
or at least
the last 2 years, I think I haven't traveled as much.
Okay, so do a memory. Do you actually know of this place? Because that's where the next location is going to be. Okay, so let's check this. I have to check and see what the size is going to be. I keep forgetting I have to keep rechanging the scale so that it has to stay in meters because it keeps changing. Alright, well. And this is, remember, this is going to be an urban area. So this one might be a bit trickier. You can't just walk in and gun everyone down, because this is an urban sprawl area. Not only will you have to tango with them, you might have to tango with whatever law enforcement they may have paid off, whatever paramilitary might be in the area. So it gets so, I mean, if we have to put it into simple terms, you might be hitting a harder target with the second location. Because now you might be fighting them on home territory. They have ties in this city, which means they have ties with its law enforcement.
It's okay. We'll still kill them all.
Yeah, high chance. I mean, but do you really want to? Do you really want to be known as cop killers?
Nobody knows we did it, so...
Very true. Well, that's under the... Hopefully that's under the impression that you will... If you do end up doing that, you will erase it from whatever record.
I got you covered.
So, Restaurant 79, welcome to the Urban Sprawl.
Kill
This is where you're
you
going
want.
to be. So you're going to be heading here. Like, into this area. And it seems like a pretty normal place. I mean, you wouldn't expect there to be human trafficking, and maybe that's why. Is you wouldn't expect there to be a human trafficking ring right in your backyard. Okay, so, the building in question is this one over here. I'm marking it in red. So, sort of a back alley street, a bit out of the eyes of the ordinary. So, I mean, how are you doing this? Are you going to be discreet? Are you going to be... You're going to just go in guns blazing? What's the... Because if you go in guns blazing, there's a good chance you might hit all the civilians in the process.
How high is this building?
The buildings are pretty high. I mean, the highest buildings could be
That
like...
one.
That one? Probably higher than the one you're looking at. So you could probably get a vantage point from there.
Yeah, probably gonna go there then.
Yep.
At least for me.
So let's see. This is going to be further away, but it's like this is a 30-minute drive at double the speed. You'd be 15-minute drive. So, and just remember, when you're going double speed, that's kind of noticeable. Going 150 miles an hour, or going faster. I mean,
not really.
Yeah,
not in Germany.
Yeah, but I mean, going that speed
Germans
in
are
an
always in a
armored
rush,
car
right?
is kind of they're in a rush. But going that speed in an armored wait, is that for the freeway or is that for roads?
Yeah,
that's for the freeway. All right.
Highway.
All right. So on the highway, it would be discreet, but on anywhere else, like don't be driving. Try not to drive that speed in the streets.
No, that's dangerous.
Okay, so likely you'll get. Let's see. Let's check the distance difference. Because I can get an estimate of how far these areas are from each other. So you're going from here. You're going from there over to inside of the town. Apparently, the next location is actually closer than the one you... Wait, really? Are you kidding me? It's like a 20... It's again, we're back to a 20-minute drive, and this time, apparently, you just need to drive normal speed, to get there, so...
Yeah, but we're still probably going to go higher speed.
In short, if you look to your east from the current map you are on... you will see where you need to go. You can literally walk there, but that would take longer. So, you can drive... your major problem is you're driving an armored car down the street, and there's police in the area, so...
What is the distance?
The distance is let's see. I just lost the distance, actually, sorry. Let's see. We're here, and then we're going over there. The distance is roughly like 3 kilometers. So,
Yeah,
like I
alright.
said, that's like a. Apparently, you could get there faster. Yeah, it's literally at like normal speed. You could probably get there in like 5 minutes. So,
Damn.
compared to the other compound out in the middle, so it's discreet, but it's further away, and there's a good chance you might miss the people. Or you could go to the compound, like basically take a 5-minute drive to the other compound, and be waiting for them there.
Anyone have explosives? Give them a nice fucking surprise.
Why can't I move the map? Oh, because I'm using the wrong click. It's right click to click and drag, not left. Left is the box. Yeah, he's got napalm, but you first have to identify what type of building this is. I mean, phase, you have to do, let's see, you're doing data processing. Do data processing again, because you have to try and... Now you're sifting, like you sifted out all the crap files from the regular files. Now you have to sift through the regular files. Is there anything useful in there? Anything that you could use?
Is Torbjorn helping me out?
I thought you didn't want him to look.
Well, not at the porn shit.
Okay, so now you are getting his help. Alright, whatever. So, let's first go back to where you are. So, we're at Chemnestrasse. So, I guess this time Torbjorn is going to help you out with data processing. I don't even know, what is this data? Is he even a data processor, or is he...
Oh, he could kit it out. He could change all this stuff.
So, what does he have to do to data process? I mean, what are you using to... You're just using the skill itself, or...
No, I'm using standard rolls and I'm putting in the dice pool and all that.
So, he's got a data processing of 5, which is pretty good.
Yeah, so he has like 5 dice pools with 5 limit, right? Because his limit is that.
Ding, he's good. So you have a total of 5, which means like you quickly cipher through all the data. A lot of it is just manifest. Like you're seeing that for each head they bring in, they're making equivalent to like 500,000 new yen per person they bring in intact. Of course, you see that a lot of the cost is getting reduced because of damages. Like some people are missing hands, some people are missing arms. They need prosthetics,
Nice.
and that cuts out of the fee. But apparently whoever's buying from them has deep pockets, and they're willing to pay a lot of money for these people. Like, and it doesn't matter what state, like, so long as, like, they're willing to pay for everything from medical to, like, bionic replacements. So whatever they're using them for, apparently it's, like, very... It seems like slave labor, more than human trafficking.
Hmm.
And
Well, I mean,
whoever's
they
paying
keep all the
for it,
stuff on the
like,
server,
they
right?
must really need these people if they're willing to fork out that much money for per person per head.
I'm sure they keep that money somewhere accessible.
So that is a negative because they're keeping it within like you couldn't find any bank data in there.
Shit.
Whatever payments they were getting were like they're just recording. Apparently, most of the payments were through cred sticks.
Motherfuckers, easier to take that. Let's
Yeah.
kill them all and take the money.
Yeah, so
what I said.
so ideally, like I mean, would they now it becomes a matter of would they keep that information around? Because obviously, looking through this data pool, they didn't keep the money here, and they didn't keep the money at the facility. So it's like, where's the money going from there?
Maybe the next one.
Yeah, so now you have to try and pick up because there's nothing that says where the money's going. They're just recording how much money they're getting paid to move the shipments. And it's like, but
Yeah,
where's
let's
the
find
money
out.
going? And where's the money coming from? You don't have that data.
As long as I get paid 500K, I don't care who's paying me.
So, well, that's if you're gonna hold up. I misrolled that. So you note that, like, with this current branch of operation, there's at least 5 locations. You've discovered 2 of them. The other 3 are somewhere within, like, you'll have to do a little bit more searching to find the other 3.
Who wants to go
What's-
get money?
Yes.
Other 2 trick, because we know of 3 already.
This isn't a traffic. This isn't one of the traffic. This was going to become a trafficking camp.
Oh.
So, Like, you're going to have to do a little bit more searching to find that information. Because apparently this stuff is not linked together. I mean, they didn't just blatantly say, here's where they... Like, there's obscure references to where the other camps are, but there isn't... Well, for one, you don't have the time, like, to really decipher that right now. Plus, that's extra information.
Fine, I'll get ahead of it later on.
So, digging deeper... You do see, like, the schematics. Like, you literally have pictures of the storefront. And it's really, like, the only reason you have pictures is because some dumbass decided to take, like, selfies in front of the location. So it's like, wait a second. And then you cross-reference, it's like, huh, that's where we need to go. And then it's like, so you have a good idea of the front of where you're supposed to look.
Thank God the age of selfie didn't die then.
Yep. So, and it's just, it's kind of dumb that that's how you figured that out, but, no, you figured it out. Okay, within the data, though, you see that there's some sort of, like, you're starting to piece together a little bit of who your hacker friend is, the one that tried to kill you. It's like, there's a lot of payment references to a person named Black Lotus, or Black Mantis.
Oh, this ought to be good.
So apparently she's supposed to be monitoring all 5 locations. So you might run into her again at the next location.
Oh, good. We'll have another conversation.
Okay, so let's see. Any other useful information? I mean, one of them was an undercover. Yeah, it seems like that's kind of a thing, isn't it? Let's see. Did you find any? Did you really? No. So you besides the name, you can't really find any other information. Whoever this is, she's scrubbing any information you might find on her. So if they had recorded anything, you could clearly see that that data has been either redacted or destroyed.
All in due time.
Like, so clearly she doesn't want to be found. She kind of like you. She doesn't want to be found so easily, and she's going to make it hard on anybody who looks. Okay, so you do find more information. You do see that there's a lot of money going into military hardware. I mean, we're talking millions of new yen going into military hardware. Let's see. What else are we looking at? The most purchases you see on there, it's like, you see that in total they've bought 20 of these armored cars. Did you find out who it was from? No. So there's no paper trail either. The money's been transferred to an anonymous account, or from an anonymous account to the purchaser, and there's no information on either. Like, that information's been scrubbed out.
Maybe we'll find more info at the other location.
You just know that, I mean, yeah, I mean, you just know that whoever, they have deep pockets, they have the, apparently, suppliers of military hardware, which means they got somebody on the inside who is funding them. Hey, he was self-funded. He didn't rely on the military. He had his own enterprise to create his stuff. He didn't have to rely on the military or anybody like that. I don't need help. I'm not wearing hockey pants. All right. So Ray, let's get Aaron. We have to get Aaron out of the tower because he's no longer in the tower. You're lucky that this thing has 9 seats, because that's how many people are in there. No more people can come along. That's about it. Right. So Mara, do groundcraft because you're driving.
Mara is AFK.
Oh yeah, and secondly, Mara's not driving. Coates is driving. Mara's gunner. Okay, so it's kind of crowded in there. So Kree's like, you have to bump aside Kree a little bit because she's kind of taking up a. This thing was not designed for metahumans, so she's kind of taking up a lot of space. All right, so let's get Coates moving. I'm going to clear that. You're going to have to reroll your initiative once we get there, because it'll clear when the map gets there. Let's see. How good is Coates driving of a vehicle he's never driven before? Let's find out. Pretty good. I mean, he adapts pretty quickly. It kind of jars forward a little bit, but I mean, he gets the hang of it and he starts driving it smoothly. That's until you get to the freeway, and then he just, like, it's not really the freeway. He gets to the road and he, like, puts the pedal to the metal. Then he realizes he's not supposed to.
Well, he can.
He can, but he's like, be discreet.
Well, nobody would really bat an eye, actually, so...
Yeah. Well,
It's
he
Germany,
himself
everybody's
is like...
in a rush.
Yeah, but he's like, he himself says be discreet. We're in an armored vehicle with a gun turret, and somebody's on the gun turret, so... So we should probably not be in... I mean, if anything, be in the open, so... Let's see... Who's looking outside? There's only like maybe 4 windows. So who's near the windows?
I'm probably looking outside, looking for the high spot.
Okay, so Raven's looking for the highest spot. You got the driver, Coates, who's in one of the... So you're in like the side seat next to him. I mean, what is your level of comfort being driven around by a robot? I mean, he's human-like, but he's clearly a robot.
I'm partially robot, so I don't give a shit.
So no problems. So who else is looking out the window?
FaZe is just listening to music asleep.
Okay, so Torbjorn's probably doing the same thing, listening to his own music. Sam is trying to take a nap. Dust is probably looking out one of the windows. And then Mara's on the roof. Maybe Aaron's too busy like getting prepped for whatever's about to happen. So I mean, you're in the city, you're driving down. So Raven, do perception. So you have to do it twice because there's 2 things you're looking for.
Where is it? Damn it.
Physical skills. You have to enable it. Like you have to do show.
Yeah, no, I know. I have points in it. I just couldn't find it for a second.
It's alphabetical.
Yeah,
okay,
no, it isn't.
No, they mix it around.
They mixed it around, assholes. Alright, fine.
It's like physical skills.
Wow.
There you have some skills, and then you have social.
Yeah, but physical skills is the one it was under.
Yeah, but I didn't know it wasn't physical.
Using your... We just went over this, too. You see with your eyes, do you not?
I see with the Matrix.
Yeah, he sees with the Matrix, but you have a different perception for that.
I'm not really seeing with my own eyes, so...
Whatever you're seeing. It's still physical skills.